There we go. It took a little bit of struggling to figure out what to do. Um, so I know this isn't what I normally do. Obviously, I'm not a nerd. But today we're going to be. We're going to study for our midterm. It's final exam midterm review for biology. Oh my god. Okay, I'm like stupid. Okay, let's read through. When something that when something appears blue, it is absorbing all colors except blue. Hello, glitch midnight. Um, black. It's blue. It's it's blue because it absorbs all the other colors of the rainbow except the color it appears to be. So if it was red, it wouldn't be absorbing red either. Um, you're a dropout. I went to a trade school, so I'm going through biology class now, uh, to go back and get my degree. Um, when a car burns gasoline, how much of the energy is released in the form of heat? Which of the following best describes this process in relation to the first law of thermodynamics? It hurts my brain reading it too, but I have a midterm tomorrow, and I need to study. Thermodynamics, I think, if I remember properly, is the um, law of biology. Like, energy can be changed from one form to another. So, say you have kinetic energy, it can be, no, passive energy can be transferred to kinetic energy, but you lose a little bit in the process. Something like that, I believe. Which of the following is a correct matching of an organelle and its function? I There were no choices. So, organelle. Oh, an organelle is the. Let me look up a thing for you. Organelle list. What are the? Yeah, I think that's right. Organelle list. No, 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 no. Okay, an organelle is a cell or part of a cell. Um, biology life list. Let's see. No, that's not it. No. No, that's not it. No. Okay, I can't find it, but it's a cell. That's all you know. The mitochondrion is used for cellular respiration, which is converting energy or converting lipids and sugars to energy. Yeah, that's right. Which of the following organisms can perform photosynthesis? There aren't options, but I assume chlorophyll. Algae. Algae is able to perform photosynthesis since it is indeed a plant, but it is underground. Not underground, but like in the water, you know? After soaking for 1 hour in a solution of an unknown concentration, a slice of potato appears to be very soft and limp. You can determine that the solution is. It's either ionic or something else. It's hypertonic. There's hypertonic and hypotonic. Hypotonic means it takes the water out. Hypertonic means it puts more water in, if that makes sense. Um, a blank can be defined as a substance that prevents the pH of a solution by changing by either releasing or absorbing hydrogen in a solution. I know this one. I know this one for sure. Do you know this one? It's a buffer. Yeah, I knew that. That's right. A buffer is a solution that keeps the pH scale from getting too acidic or too basic. Essentially, it balances it out. I have a whole 2 liter of Coke Zero right next to me. So if I stop for a second, that's what I'm doing. A hypothesis must be an educated guess that can be tested. I think that's it. Something like that. Testable. Same difference. I think I got that right. Oh, he left. Okay. Which process allows the water to move across the membrane? Oh, okay, osmosis, not meiosis or anything like that. Oh, thanks for following that, Moldo. A prokaryotic cell is... Shit, I don't know this. It does not have a membrane-bound nucleus. Okay, I'm gonna have to, like, learn all of these and then test myself multiple times. What must pyruvate be converted into before it can enter the citric acidic cycle? Oh, I know this one. It's, not glucose. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am gonna flunk it. I don't know. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Acetyl... I'm just gonna say acetyl CoA. I'm gonna have to remember that. Because I remember seeing it on my tests. Which of the following components is found in plant cells but not animal cells? Well, let's see. There's a large vacuole, but many vacuoles are found in animal cells. There is a cell wall, chlorophyll, and cytoplasm. No, cytoplasm's in everything. Chloroplast. That's the one I didn't. Chloroplast is in the chlorophyll. Okay. The base unit of weight is the mass. No, what? Gram. Dang it. The base unit of weight is the gram. Which of the following statements describes the function of a chloroplast? I don't know which one, but I know a function of a chloroplast is to absorb energy to convert yeah. I'm not good with not freedom units. It's I only need pounds and that's it. Converts light energy into chemical energy. I knew that. I know what chloroplast does, okay? I mean, I know what photosynthesis does. It's the one thing I know. If blood cells are placed in a hypertonic solution, the cells will grow. No! Shit, I've mixed them up. Hypotonic is water goes in. Hypertonic means water goes out. Water loss. Okay, hypertonic pushes the water out of the cell. Got it. Why do metabolic pathways require tens to hundreds of different enzymes? I don't know. Each enzyme has a specific substrate and produces a specific product. Okay. So metabolic pathways require tens to hundreds of different enzymes because each enzyme has a specific substrate and produces a specific product. Okay, I'll figure that out. 2 ATP are invested in glycolysis to get energy? Oh, break glucose into 2 molecules. Okay, so two ATP are invested in glycolysis. Glycolysis is the system, not glucose. I was mixing it up. To break glucose into 2 molecules. Okay, I'll try and remember that. I'm a computer science major. I went to a trade school for computer programming, and I went to a semester of college before that trade school, and then the job I'm working at now, they're paying for me to go to college to continue and get like that sheet of paper because apparently it's needed in life. Um, and the computer science one I would be closest to getting. I should be graduated by May next year. But I'm only allowed to take part-time schooling, so I can't do more than 12 hours. If I could, I would have done like 16 hours a semester and be done by December. Glycosis is the process that 2 ATP are put into to break glucose into 2 molecules. Okay, I have to remember some of this. In computer science, you have to take 2 nat sciences, and the ones I wanted to take like land sciences and stuff. They didn't let me. They said I had to take general biology classes. And it sucks. There's like maybe 2 computer classes in this degree. But I already have the trade school certification, so I figured why not, since they're paying for it. Might as well. Just in case I ever get a different job and I need that paper, you know? The specialized organelles that carry out photosynthesis are called either chloroplast, chlorophyll, or cytosomething. Chloroplast. I knew that. You were a computer engineering major. You had to take bio as a course. I think I would have dropped out. Right? Biology just is sucky. I don't even use this. I work on mobile app development. There's no way I need this for my degree. But it's whatever. I should have taken the test when I took AP Bio in high school. But I didn't, so now I have to take this stupid stuff. Apple and Android. I'm an Apple and Android mobile app developer. Microscopes make microorganisms appear larger than they are. This apparent increase in size is known as zooming. Oh, magnification. If it has me type in words on this test, I am screwed. Used to be an Apple dev a couple years ago. Did you like it? I work for a internet company or phone service company, so I make their apps and stuff. Imagine that you wish to compare 2 different diets that will be fed to tadpoles raised in a lab. One diet is a meat-based fish food, and the other is a traditional diet of boiled lettuce. You want to see if the meat-based diet will be associated with an increase in the average weight of the tadpoles. In your experiment, you keep all other factors such as tadpole density per pan, temperature, pH, and the amount of food the same. The only difference between your control and experimental groups is the type of food the tadpoles receive. What is the independent variable for the tadpole diet experiment? You enjoy Swift? I enjoy Flutter. It's like a combination of Java and front end with CSS. It's pretty cool. I don't like the API side though. I think the independent variable would be the food, wouldn't it? The diet. Same difference. The Google language. What is the main role of the pigment molecules within the antenna or light harvested within, I don't know this one. Absorbs photons and transfers light energy to the reaction center chlorophyll. What? Oh my god, they need to ask better questions. So this question essentially means, what is the main role of the pigment molecules within the chlorophyll, the antenna, which is the little balls inside the chlorophyll, or light harvesting complex, and it absorbs photons and transfers the light energy to the reaction center chlorophyll. So it absorbs the photons from the light energy, which is the sun, to make to the center to be converted to regular energy, chemical energy. DNA differs from RNA because it is the past 2 years you've been doing low-level programming. What are some of your favorite languages? I have like 13 I'm proficient in under my belt. DNA is comprised of a double strand, RNA is a single strand. Oh, okay. So DNA and RNA are different because DNA is comprised of a double strand, which is the helix, the double helix. and then RNA is a single helix. Okay. The primary photosynthetic pigment is, I want to say chlorophyll. Yeah, that's right. Rust and Go. Is Go a programming language? I know of Rust. I know Ruby, C++, C Sharp, C++, C Sharp, Python, Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Flutter now. I know Scala. I learned Bootstrap, and I didn't learn Swift, but I did learn, what was the name? It was some type of database language. I don't remember, but those are the languages I've learned. All within a year or two. Oof. SQL. Yes, that's the other one. That's the last one. That's like the last language I learned. It's a lot. Alright, which statement below is correct when comparing plant and animal cells? I don't know the statement, so both plant and animal cells have a plasma membrane, and plant cells also have a cell wall. Okay. I feel like I'll be able to figure this out if I'm just looking at it. So, which of the following is not a mechanism used to move materials in and out of the cell? Anything in the cell that's not the membrane. What is feedback inhibition? They need to give, like, options. What function does the nucleolus have to store DNA? Yeah, codes for the synthesis of ribosomal... I'm a butcher at words. Ribosomal DNA... RNA, that says RNA. That says RNA. What function does the nucleolus have? Codes the synthesis for ribosomal DNA. Okay. How does an enzyme work to catalyze a reaction? It lowers the energy barrier needed for reactants to achieve the transition state, or lowers the energy of activation of a reaction. Okay. An enzyme works to catalyze a reaction. It lowers the energy barrier needed for reactants to achieve the transition state, or lowers the energy of activation of a reaction. That's like going right over my head right now. Oh, apparently there's a flood warning around me. Huh. Good thing I'm on the second floor. Let's see. Still can't see, okay. Oh, thanks. I'm worried about it, but I guess it'll be fine. I'm on the second floor, so I should be fine. As long as I can get to my car in the morning to go to work and then to go to my exam, I should be good. I'm taking it during my lunch break. Can you believe that? I mean, good time management on my part, but no one wants to take an exam on their lunch break. The energy barrier needed for reactants to achieve the transition state, or it lowers the energy of activation of a reaction. An enzyme works to catalyze a reaction by lowering the energy of activation of a reaction. So the reaction takes less energy for the activation of a reaction. Okay, I'm gonna assume I'll know that. What process typically regulates the enzymes involved in metabolic reactions? Something regulates it. Feedback inhibition. They need to... Last week it rained so hard here your basement got flooded. You had to call the firefighters to give the basement a big suck. Water was about 5.5 feet. Oh my god, are you okay? Did you have, like, anything important in the basement? I hope not. I hope you're okay, but I hope you didn't have anything important in the basement. That's what I meant. A fatty acid that has at least 2 double bonds is called unsaturated. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So an unsaturated fatty acid has at least 2 double bonds. Where within the cell is ATP produced? The mitochondria. I knew that one! Which of the following statements about chlorophyll is correct? It is green. It reflects light in the green light spectrum. Hey, canned food, lots of booze in a freezer. That's not bad. That's not bad as long as it didn't like get in the baseboards or something and cause a mildew smell. That would really suck. A substance with a pH of 13 would be considered highly basic. Yeah. Of the following examples, which best demonstrates the property of water cohesion? I'm gonna assume the Grand Canyon. Water can move up a 100-foot pine tree from the roots to the leaves. What? Oh, water cohesion is where it... Oh, okay, I knew this. Okay, it's good that it's a brick house, so you got no issues. I'm glad you're okay, then. I wouldn't want that to happen. I'm glad I'm on the 2nd story right now, so I don't get flooded. I know it was raining a little while back, like really bad storm. I was walking up the stairs and looked down at the bottom floor, and there were like 4 inches of water soaking, and they had just installed a new drain in that area too, but it didn't look like it worked. Water cohesion is the water being able to transfer from the roots to the leaves, or from the leaves to the inside of the cells. Okay, I knew that much. Water can move up to a 100-foot pine tree from the roots to the leaves. Okay. Which of these words does not belong in the rest as it relates to concentration gradient? Active transport. What is concentration gradient? I'm gonna assume there's some with concentration gradient. Okay. I need to take the inflatable boat out. If only I had one. The process of photosynthesis requires the raw materials CO2 and H2O. I knew that. Carbon dioxide and water. And sunlight. It's going to have sunlight and heat. It requires both of those. Not heat, but just sunlight. Which of the following is not a commonly used unit of length in the metric system? Any that aren't pounds. Electrometer? What? Okay. Which property of water would help to account for how an individual who is exercising and producing excessive heat can maintain a constant body temperature? The sweat. The sweat has a cooling property when blown. What? Wait. It's... Okay. It's got... water has a high heat capacity, but... meaning it won't evaporate off you, meaning it'll stay on, meaning you'll cool off because it'll cool you off with... Got it, okay. An ionic bond forms when a negatively charged ion is attracted to one with a positive charge. Ionic bond is negative charged ion to a positive charged ion. Right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. In the analysis phase, analysis, oh my god. I'm not able to read. In the analysis phase, you will need to analyze your data and place it on a graph. I knew that. That's in the scientific method. Following a meal, glucose must move from the gut lumen, where there is a high glucose concentration, to the intestinal cell, where there is a relatively low level of glucose. This movement is called... Oh, I know it! It's a word that moves from where the concentration is higher to the concentration that's lower to balance it out. Facilitated diffusion. I do play Valorant. Actually. After my midterms, I'll probably play on Thursday. If you'll be here Thursday, I'll play that on Thursday. As a result of glycosis, there is a net gain of 4 ATPs? 2 ATPs. Okay, glycosis is the transferring... Oh, I don't play ranked, I'm really bad. I'm not really bad, but I'm not the best. Because I'm not competitive, I'm not sweaty about it, so I just play until I'm tired. But I'm pretty good, I like to think. When it counts, I'm pretty okay. But I don't play much, so I'm like level 18 or something. As a result of glycosis, glycosis is the transferring of ATP molecules to create 2 molecules of glucose. There is a net gain of 2 ATPs. Where substrate binds an active site. Valorant players and don't take shit. Yeah, they smell bad. I'm not sweaty at all. Valorant players are definitely sweat players. Oh, so the active site is the DNA thing. No. Ribosomal thing. Substrate binds. Substrate is the little blocks right here that move to there. Okay. What molecule most directly provides the energy you need for your muscles to contract sunlight? ATP. Dang it. Muscles, not plants. ATP is the energy that directly provides you your muscles' ability to contract. Okay. The reactants of photosynthesis are... Reactants is carbon dioxide and water. Okay, reactants is what goes in before. The product is what comes out after. Okay. Which best explains the roles of plant pigments in photosynthesis? It converts light energy. It like gets light energy and makes chemical energy. I was right. Absorbs light energy. Okay, cool. Some students consume large amounts of coffee and so-called energy drinks to help them stay alert when studying. You notice that many who engage in this practice seem to do poorly on exams. Suppose you want to investigate the relationship between caffeine consumption and exam performance. What would be an appropriate hypothesis? An appropriate hypothesis for that would be caffeine consumption while studying causes lower productivity in exams or lower recollection of memories. Students who consume large amounts of caffeine while studying will have lower exam scores than those who consume less caffeine. Okay, so there needs to be a clause of those who don't. Got it. I'm gonna forget that, but got it. Diffusion of nutrients across the cell membrane can be called a form of meiosis. Passive transport. Shit. I am not good at this. Diffusion of nutrients across the cell membrane can be a form of passive transport. Diffusion of nutrients. Passive transport. Okay. So, if it's going to be across a cell membrane, it's going to be a form of transport. Nutrients. Diffusion of nutrients is going to be passive. No, I don't actually have to take math. Thankfully, I took dual credit classes in high school. I took Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 and passed with flying colors because I'm a nerd. And so I don't have to take those. The only ones I have to take are biology and computer applications 1 and 2, but that's easy. And then just a shit ton of electives. Everything else I've got. I just have to take like 16 hours worth of electives. Which is stupid, because it has nothing to do with my degree. Which of the following approaches would be best to utilize to directly view an animal cell? A microscope. I was right. Okay, cool. Glucose is a 6-carbon molecule. How is it changed as it moves through glycosis? C6H12O6, right? Electrons and hydrogen are removed and the molecule arranged to form 2 3-carbon molecules. I didn't know this part. At first, when I read that, do you also have to take math? I swear I thought it said meth. And I was so confused for a second. I was like, how'd you know? Not really, but... Unfortunately, in your major, you only had electives in the second semester of your 4th year. This is technically my second semester of college ever. But I've just got a ton of electives to do. But I'm good at psychology and stuff. I'm good at psychology and stuff, so I'm gonna do a lot of adolescent psychology, other psychology, you know, just a bunch of those. Because they allow it for computer science, I think. At least they said they did originally. So glucose gets changed into 2 3-carbon molecules, so it just cuts the 6-carbon molecule in half. Okay. And that's during glycosis, which changes glucose, which is sugar, to, whoops, wrong one, to 2 3-carbon molecules. Okay. And I know what that's from, I just can't remember the name. It's like that one show where that teacher gets cancer and starts cooking meth. I forgot the name. Which of the following is not a function of junction proteins to permit cells to recognize one another? I don't know what that means. I assume it's gonna be... So junction proteins can work with different cells. Which the wrong way. To recognize. I'm screwed with that. I don't know what that is. Which of the following classification categories for humans is not correct? Sapiens, family. Oh, that is not correct. I don't need to remember that. Oh, Breaking Bad, that's the name. My brother just mentioned it too. Cellular respiration uses oxygen to convert the chemical energy stored in organic molecules into chemical energy. ATP. Energy and ATP. Right, I knew that. Oh, you should join my Discord. Is it the Moldo? The Moldo or the Mold? Oh. A white blood cell surrounds and engulfs a worn-out red blood cell, forming a vesicle around the red blood cell. This process is called scabbing. I don't know this. Ooh, that sounds like a bad word. Phagocytosis? Phagocytosis? Phagocytosis is the... Oh, my screen. The series where the process where a white blood cell surrounds and engulfs a worn out red blood cell, forming a vesicle around the red blood cell. Okay. Moldo? Moldo. Okay. I'm gonna call you Mold. No, I'm kidding. Moldo. Okay. I'll try and remember that. Fermentation occurs if oxygen is not present, which is the alcohol. Fermenting alcohol. Got it. Fermentation occurs if oxygen is not present. Which of the following lists the terms from simplest to most complex? Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. Oh wait, that guy left. Dang it. There was a guy, Glitch Midnight, which said, what is an organelle? Dang it, okay. Cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, organisms. So it's cells, organelles, tissues, organs, organ systems, organisms. They missed that, but there's another one. Okay. Atherosclerosis is associated with fats with no double bonds. I'm not going to remember that. What will occur if oxygen is not available in great enough quantity during cellular respiration? Is it fermentation? No, cellular respiration will shift towards anaerobic respiration. Okay. See, when I do my exams for college and stuff, or my tests for college and stuff, I don't actually read the shit. I go through the tests and it just... I read it as I'm doing it, like looking through the passage and find it that way. I'm not good at studying, so I decided to stream it so I could have people tell me to study. Because I don't study at all. Whew. Cellular respiration will shift towards anaerobic, not aerobic. Anaerobic when there is not enough oxygen available in great enough quantities during cellular respiration. Okay. Without receptor problems, a cell would not be able to bind to signal proteins from other parts of the body. Signal proteins, I assume, are to keep, what's the word? Contact? No. Categories? No. Tabs. Keep tabs on other parts of the body. Okay, so like if you have a cut or something, they bind to signal proteins to... I'm gonna assume that's what it is. I'm just talking on my ass right now. Which of the following is a byproduct of photosynthesis that is used during cellular respiration? It can... Oh yeah, I saw that too. The Indiana Jones ad. I got it. You didn't need to fix it. Oxygen. Oh shit, I knew that. A byproduct. Product is the result. Carbon dioxide turns into oxygen. Oxygen is then used during cellular respiration to make humans work. Okay. How is the metric system different than that standard United States system? The measurements are different. The metric system is based on units of 10. And what is the standard United States system based on? I'm gonna look that up. What is the standard United States system of measurement based on? Let's see. The U.S. customary system of units was developed and used in the United States after the American Revolution, yada yada yada. The British imperial system of measurement. That's not what I was meaning. Inch, foot, yard, mile, which are only 4 customary length measurements in everyday use. It didn't answer that question for me. Dang it. The imperial system. The metric system is different than the standard United States system because it based its units off of 10. Okay. In which of the following is the correct monomer matched with its polymer? Amino acid is a protein. No, amino acid... No, that's right. Amino acid is a protein. Okay. The oxygen produced by a plant comes most directly from H2O. I didn't know that. Though that makes sense since fish can actually breathe in water because they extract the oxygen from the H2O. Wait, metric? Is that... The metric system is easier and more logical for you? Pounds are easier and logical for me. I mean, and I know grams occasionally. I used to be amazing at the system, but now I can't understand it. The products of photosynthesis are, so the reactants are what goes in, the products are what comes out. Oxygen. I was gonna say H2O, but it's just oxygen and glucose for the energy to create more oxygen. Okay. Which process is used to make bread rise? Fermentation! Alcoholic fermentation. Okay. If you go up a measure, you divide by 10. If you go down a measure, you multiply by 10. Hey, I'm gonna write that down. Okay, I literally need to write that down. Hold on. Because I was struggling to figure out all these type of fucking, things, and I need to write that down. Metric system. If you go up a measure, you divide by 10. If you go down, you multiply by 10. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind. If blood cells are placed in a hypertonic solution, they shrink. Yes, the cells will shrink due to water loss by the cell. Blank, which is produced in the stomach, functions in activation of pepsinogen, as well as to decrease bacterial growth in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid. I assumed it was stomach acid, but I didn't know the name of it. So hydrochloric acid is what's in the stomach, which is produced in the stomach, functions in activation of pepsinogen, as well as to decrease bacterial growth in the stomach. Okay. A molecule is said to be organic if it contains, I'm gonna say oxygen. Oh, carbon and hydrogen atoms. Oh, I shifted down a thing. I shifted up a thing. We shifted down. Okay. So this is a molecule. Molecule is organic if it contains, I forgot already, carbon and hydrogen atoms. Okay. The final acceptor for hydrogen ions in aerobic cellular respiration is oxygen. More oxygen. Oxygen! I was right! Okay, I remembered. Anaerobic is where there's not enough quantity of oxygen. Aerobic is where there is enough oxygen, but of hydrogen ions. The total magnification of an image is determined by multiplying the power of the screen, the ocular and objective lenses. I knew that. If it's multiple choice, I am like set, because I can deduce so much from like vague memories. But if it's fill in the blank, I am screwed to the moon. The circulatory system of a whale is considered an organ system because it is composed of different tissues. Organs. Tissues, organs, then organ systems. I knew that. The difference in an area with high concentration and an area with low... No, I can't. It's a midterm, but it's one shot, one result, so I won't be able to retake it. I do have another exam the day after, so I don't know if I'm reviewing for the right exam. Right? Let me actually check and see which one I should be studying for, because if I'm studying for the wrong one, I'm gonna be so upset. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the... Oh, shit! I'm studying for the wrong one! Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta make sure. Oh no, I'm taking them both tomorrow! Shit! I thought I had one the next day. Oh my god. Okay, I'm taking the biology one at 11:45 a.m. tomorrow. And then I'm taking the lab one at, let me see, 1:30 p.m. Okay, so now we're gonna have to study for multiple. This is gonna go on longer than I wanted it to. That's fun. So I won't be streaming studying tomorrow. Right? But I work tomorrow as well, so I'm gonna go into work and then I'm gonna leave at like 10, drive to the community college I have to take it at, and then take 2 exams and then drive back. So that's fun. And work extra too. I'll have to work late as well. Should I change one of them for the next day? Because I can do that. I can reschedule if it's available. Hold on, let me check and see if I can reschedule this one. Reschedule. Let's see. So it would be 21st. 11 a.m. Ah, okay, that's why I did it. Because, it's full. Shit. So I can't. Oh, 90% of your exams are at 8 a.m.? See, mine would be at 8 a.m. if I was actually in the place of college, but I'm the remote student, so thankfully I don't have to do that. The concentration gradient is the difference in an area with high concentration and an area with low concentration. A substance with a pH of 2 would be considered acidic. Energy of activation is the energy required for molecules to react with each other. Okay, so the activation energy, or energy of activation, is what's required for molecules to react with each other. I have short-term memory, so this is gonna suck. Why would you schedule exams at 8 a.m.? Most of my peers were zombies at 8 a.m. I'm a morning person. I fall asleep after lunch, usually. Not really, but I'm super tired after lunch, and the morning is when I remember most stuff easier. And when I have most of my, let's get this shit done type of mood. An increase in enzyme or substrate concentration will increase the amount of reaction. Okay. A product of glycosis is... Is it 3:22 a.m. for you? It's 7 p.m. for me. Why are you up, man? You need some sleep. Oh my god. Go to sleep. Let's see. A product of glycosis is 2,3 carbon molecules. Or pruvate, that works too. A substance with a pH of 7 would be considered neutral. I knew that. Photosynthesis is... Is it asking for the... Oh, divided into 2 major steps. Light-dependent reactions and light-independent reactions. Yeah, I didn't know that. Energy is released from ATP when it breaks. When a phosphate group is removed from ATP, yielding ADP plus P plus energy. Tongue twisters without being tongue twisters. ADP plus P plus energy. Okay, so I was right though, when it breaks, when it's removed. Which statement regarding the scientific method is false? Something about anything that doesn't have to do with the scientific method. Original hypotheses are formed after... Oh, obviously. Hypotheses are formed before an experiment, and if you do the experiment multiple times, and then if something modifies, you can modify your hypothesis. Or if something doesn't work, you can modify your hypothesis. The primary structure of a protein refers to the number and sequence of amino acids. The primary structure of a protein refers to the number and sequence of amino acids. Okay. Susan suffered from a heart attack. When the doctors tested the heart muscle, they found that she had an increased ratio of lactic acid to pruvic acid in her heart. What does this say about the availability of oxygen in her heart cell muscles? She, right, rip Susan. She had a lack of oxygen. The heart cells had not received adequate oxygen supply. Yeah, lactic acid is where you don't have enough oxygen in your muscles. That's what causes sore muscles. And pruvic acid is what helps get oxygen, I think, if I'm remembering right. Which statement most accurately describes the second law of thermodynamics? Something about a reaction with extra energy. Energy cannot be changed from one form to another without a loss of usable energy. I was right! Oh my god! I was right, but not in so many words. Science is about coming up with a hypothesis and experimenting with that hypothesis. Yep, testing it. Ooh, a lot of words. Whew. Richard is an avid gardener who spends a lot of time caring for the plants in his garden. To minimize damage from pests from his garden, Richard uses a pesticide spray. At first, the spray is very effective and kills off most of the insects that he sees on his vegetable plants. However, after a few years of using the same pesticide, he noticed that some insects are surviving and continuing to eat his plants. The constant use of pesticides by Richard has led to genetic changes in the population over many generations. This is an example of evolution. the since insects have shorter lifespans than us and quicker reproduction type, they evolve on a much quicker scale than humans do. So they can very easily over many years evolve as if it had been like 100 years for us. So that makes sense. It's evolution at its finest. Oxidation. What is oxidation? Oxidation is where oxygen is getting. Oh, removal from hydrogen ions to form molecules. I didn't know that. Oxidation is removal of hydrogen ions to form molecules. Okay. In simple diffusion, molecules move from an area of high concentration to an area of lower concentration. I was right. High to low. Okay. With respect to pH, in order for cells to continue to effectively do their jobs, it is important that it's balanced. The cells maintain a neutral pH around 7. Why do I feel so itchy? I feel like there's so many, fucking... What is it? Mosquitoes around me? But I'm inside and I've got a ton of, like, fly catchers everywhere. I have a whole 2-liter right next to me. So it's really hard to drink. I'm cold. It's only 70 though. Musquit? That's funny. Oops. I don't want to study late, but cramming is what I do best. So that's what we're doing. I haven't studied once. I tried to. I made like my own personal flashcards, but I never got past the 7th question. The cell is able to maintain a neutral pH around 7 with respect to pH in order for cells to continue to effectively do their jobs. It's important that it did say cells. Cells do have to be neutral. Okay. Which of the following represents a reactant or input for the light reaction of photosynthesis? Something in chlorophyll. H2O, water, is a reactant for the light reaction of photosynthesis. Okay, that makes sense. The primary function of an enzyme or any biological catalyst is to... I feel like having someone break my neck. Reduce the energy of activation and increase the rate of reaction. Okay. Makes sense. The principal role of sugars in living things is to provide energy. Cellular energy, same difference. The light harvesting complexes of a chloroplast are located in the Planck, and enzymes of the Calvin cycle reaction are located in the... Oh shit, I don't know this. Thylakoid membrane and stroma. Oh, that's like... Oh, did you hear it? Or are you saying... having someone break it would be satisfying? Thank you, cat. My cat just climbed up on me. You heard it? Oh my god. I didn't know it was that loud. Sorry. I can't for the life of me remember the labeling of the chlorophyll cell. Chlorophyll cell. Okay, there we go. Let's see. So the stroma is the inner walls. The thylakoid is the little towers, and the inner membrane and the outer membrane. And inside of it... Oh, this one looks awful. Okay. The thylakoid space, and the... in between them is the partition. This is the stroma. The granum is the whole stack. The inner boundary membrane is the inner boundary, outer boundary. Intermediate space is the space in between the membranes. And then the thylakoid membrane is on the inside. Okay. Okay. So the light harvesting complexes of a chloroplast are located in the thyroid membrane, and the enzymes of the Calvin cycle reactions are located in the stroma. Okay, we'll try and remember that. What organelle is used during the process of cellular respiration? Shit. Mitochondria? Oh, I was right. Okay, cool. The pH of a solution is a measure of the concentration of hydrogen ions it contains. Okay? DNA and RNA differ in that DNA is double-stranded, RNA is single-stranded. Double-stranded contains the sugar deoxyribose and the nitrogen-containing base thymine, while RNA is single-stranded, contains sugar ribose and the nitrogen-containing base uracil. I don't know the names, but like the letters. What's the name of my cat? Oh, I have 4 cats. I have Kit Kat, Salem, Apollo, Bandit, and my... Yeah, I'm a cat mama. My, oldest cat passed away last November, and his name was Oreo. And I have him tattooed on my arm. Kit Kat is 11 this year, and Apollo and Salem are 2, and Bandit just turned 1 this last May. And Oreo was 15 when he passed. According to your lab, the variable that you manipulate during the experiment, the one that varies, is the control variable. Independent variable. Shit. A buffer can balance out the pH scale. No, it's not actually a lot of cat hair. As long as you keep it clean, like I vacuum every week and I steam clean every week, and then I change my sheets every week. Wash all my clothes every week, sometimes twice a week. So it's not a lot of cat hair, because I vacuum it up so I don't see it. Because I've got carpeted floors and extra rugs and stuff. So. But even if it does have a lot, if I carry it to me with work and I see it and then clean it off, it makes me think of them, so it relaxes me a little bit. Resist changes in pH by binding with hydrogen and hydroxyl ions, is what a buffer does. A buffer is able to resist changes in pH by binding with hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. Okay. A blank solution has the same concentration of water as the cell placed in it. It's a medium. Isotonic solution is the same concentration as water as the cell placed in it. In cellular respiration, most ATP are produced directly as a result of the electron transport chain. Okay. In an experiment, the variable that you will measure is the constant variable? Dependent variable. Shit! I am like stupid. When utilizing the scientific method, there are 2 types of variables. There are control and not control. Oh my god. No, groups. Those are groups. Independent and dependent variables are the variables. Which of the following is not a product of cellular respiration? Hold on, Bandit just jumped on the back of my recliner. Hello. You sleepy? He climbed on my shoulder for a second. Now he's sitting on the back of my recliner. Oh, where am I? There I am. Now he's sitting on the back of my recliner, about to lay down and sleep. Which of the following is not a product of cellular respiration? H2O. Oxygen. What? Oh, oxygen is used. It's a reactant of cellular respiration, not a product. Okay, good to know. Inside the chloroplasts, chlorophyll is found in the cytoplasm? Oh, thyroid membrane. Hey, don't move my desk. He jumped down and rubbed his face on the corner of my desk because he wants attention. Sorry, Bandit. Go take a nap, okay? I'll be in bed in like 4 hours. Oh, he's so precious. He's so fat too. He's like the fattest cat you will ever see. I'm petting him on the side. He's he's loving on him. He's loving himself on my fingers. I'm loving on him through my fingertips because I've got acrylic nails on right now. Um, Garfield. He is fat. He's not as fat as some of the ones my parents have, but he's pretty close. But he runs around and stuff. I have like this whole wall set up that he can climb up and run on, but he prefers sleeping or chasing the other cats. It's funny. Because he got raised with a mini dog for about 6 months. He must hate Mondays because he's over here trying to get cuddles, and they like any foods. But lasagnas are a very special thing in their heart. Oh, he just jumped on my lap! I wish he'd meow for you, but he won't. Because he doesn't ever meow. Here we go. Now I have a buddy helping me study. Exclusive content. Hi. Hi. He keeps pressing his face in my face. It's so cute. I wish I had a model that could see. Okay. Inside the chloroplast, chlorophyll is found in the thyroid membrane. Okay. A cell being observed under a microscope has a cell wall, plasma membrane, ribosomes, chromosomal material that is not found in a nucleus. Based on the information, this cell would be a, I know this, it's not algae. It might be algae. Oh, bacterial cell. Okay, bacteria cells don't have, what is it, nucleuses. Okay, are you leaving, Bandit? Oh no, I'm just not petting him enough, so he's petting himself on the corner of my desk again. That's because I'm not petting him enough, even though I haven't left him. Come here, darling. Now he's upside down. A blank solution has a higher concentrate of water than the cell placed in it. Not isotonic, it's hypotonic. So hypotonic. Ow! Don't bite me. I just wanted to pet you. Okay, I'll let you go. But you can't pet yourself on me anymore. Ah! Cat hair all over my face. I just took a shower too. How dare you? Oh, he's adjusting and laying down more in my lap. That's so cute. A hypertonic solution has a higher concentration of water than the cell placed in it. Hypotonic. A hypotonic has a higher concentration. What are you doing? Okay, so I have a blanket on my legs and a blanket around my shoulders, and he's like trying to get behind my back. The product of a preparatory reaction is I keep thinking it's saying ocelot, or axolotl. Which of the following is not a net product or reactant of photosynthesis? Product or reactant, so it'd be anything that wasn't oxygen, carbon dioxide, H2O, or sunlight, or glucose. ATP. Okay. Base unit of fluid volume in the metric system is the liter. I knew that. I can't help that I keep thinking of ocelot, okay? The liter is the basic unit of volume. Gram is the weight, and what's the other one? Water. Mass. Ow! Bandit. Yep, he is a very good looking dude. You see this? You see this? He is like the finest man ever. I don't even know which one it is. Oh, is it this guy? Hold on. Here we go. No. I want to find like the worst picture I can of him. Hold on. Is this him? Hey. I think this is him. Is this him? You can count the polygons in that photo. You can. Okay. In bacterial cells and plant cells, cell walls function in maintaining cell shape. I knew that. The number of ATP produced during aerobic cellular respiration for one glucose molecule is 6. Oh shit, 36 to 38. Okay. It had 6 in it. Identify which of the following statements is true or not. ATP is comprised of a sugar, base, and 2 phosphate groups. Okay. In addition to carbon, an organic molecule must contain hydrogen. I knew that one. Since the cell membrane allows some molecules to pass through it and will not allow others, it can be described as selectively permeable. I knew that one. A blank solution has a lower concentration of water than the cell placed in it. Hypertonic. Hypertonic is lower concentration. Hypotonic is higher concentration. Okay. In the effectiveness of antacids activity, the mortars and pestle were used to grind the... Oh my god. So they would dissolve more easily. They said mortars and pestle. You know what I'm thinking of? Mortars and pestles. Literally, this fucking thing. Like a literal mortar and pestle. That's what I'm thinking of right now. In the effectiveness of antacids activity, the mortars and pestle were used to grind the antacids so they would dissolve more easily. Okay. The type of bond that would form from the transfer of an electron from one atom to another, shown below, is ionic. So an ionic bond is the type that would form from the transfer of an electron from one atom to another. Ionic bond. Okay. Yeast is used to make bread rise by producing... What is it? It's, I know this. Oh! Carbon dioxide? CO2 gas. Okay, yeast is used to make bread rise by producing carbon dioxide gas during fermentation. Where in the cell does glycosis occur? The mitochondria. Nope, shit. The cytoplasm. Okay, glycosis and the, citric acid cycle occur in the cytoplasm. Okay. Byproducts of cellular respiration include, so products, energy. Oh shit. No, carbon dioxide and water are byproducts of cellular respiration. Okay. A given enzyme works on one type of substrate. Okay, I got like a setting that told me to restart my PC, but I don't need to do that right now. One type of substrate. A given enzyme works on one type of substrate, okay? The energy of the electrons passing along the electron transport chain is used to produce ATP. The energy of the electrons passing along the electron transport chain is used to produce ATP. Okay. Which instrument did you use to weigh objects in the metric system lab? The scale. Oh, I knew that. Okay. Cellular respiration is the opposite of what other cellular processes. Windows sound PTSD? It told me to update like 2 things, but I have to restart my PC to do that, so I'll just wait until the end. Let's see. Cellular respiration is the opposite of what other cellular process? Photosynthesis. What? Hold on. Cellular respiration is the opposite of what other cellular process? Photosynthesis. Hold on. I need to... Cellular respiration is a metabolic pathway that uses glucose to produce adenosine triphosphate. And then photosynthesis, not equation, is produced by plant. That photosynthesis is a biologic process used by many cellular organisms to convert light energy into chemical energy. Through cellular respiration can later be released due to the organism's activities. Okay. I'll pretend that makes sense. What nitrogen-containing base is found in RNA, but not DNA? Uracil. I knew that. The ocular eyepiece lens magnifies the image tenfold. I knew that. Mitochondria are found in the cell. Both plant and animal cells. Okay. Which of the following reactions is not part of the cellular respiration pathway? The Calvin cycle. That's true. All of the following are required for the Calvin cycle except H2O. So water is not required for the Calvin cycle. Okay? Diffusion of water through a differentially permeable membrane is called osmosis. Okay? Once the substrate moves into the active site of the enzyme alters in shape to more closely fit the substrate. I know this. I'm like envisioning like the model. So enzyme and substrate diagram. So this is what I'm sure you know and stuff. But this is what I'm envisioning. So the active site, the bond, it bonds and it does the products, and then the size is changed. Like, let's see. Let me find one that it modifies. This one works. It works. Because it's got the substrate, which is different, the active site, which is different, and then the substrate, enzyme substrate complex, which is in the actual circle in it, and it molded to fit it. Okay, that's what I'm envisioning. The enzyme alters in shape to more closely fit the substrate. I knew that. Cell size is limited because blank is critical to a cell's function. Surface area to volume ratio is critical to a cell's function. Okay. Which of the following is the correct sequence of event in cellular respiration? Glycosis, preparatory reaction, citric acid cycle, electron transport chain. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. Glycosis to preparatory reaction, citric acid cycle, electron transport chain. Small lipid-soluble molecules would move through the plasma membrane by diffusion. Okay? What cellular process uses oxygen to break food down, producing ATP? Is it cellular respiration? Yes, it is. A blank should be based on background knowledge and observations. Hypothesis. Yep. The final electron acceptor at the end of the electron transport chain is blank, resulting in the formation of blank. Oxygen, resulting in the formation of water. That doesn't make sense. In an enzyme-controlled reaction, a substrate is the same as a reactant. Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, an enzyme-controlled reaction, a substrate is the same as a reactant. which is the thing before the product. Okay, I knew that. All cells have some characteristics in common. Both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells have cytoplasm, a plasma membrane, and DNA. Both prokaryotic and eukaryotic have cytoplasm, plasma membrane, and DNA. Okay? Photosynthesis takes place in the plants, leaves, and green stems. Simple diffusion across a plasma membrane is called passive transport because it does not require energy from the cell. Good to know. Which of the following components are not found in common among plant and animal cells? The cell wall. Oh, it's not in common among plant and animal cells. Okay. The products of fermentation depend on the type of organism carrying out the process. Yeast are used to produce carbon dioxide. Oh, wine, beer, bread, and alcohol fermentation. Okay. Match. Let's see. Make everything disappear. Start game. Got it. A buffer can resist changes in pH by binding with hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. The liter is the base unit of fluid volume in the metric system. Oh, this. Oxygen is not available in great enough quantity. Cellular respiration will shift towards anaerobic respiration. It converts light energy into chemical energy. Is best described chloroplast. Final acceptor for hydrogen ions in anaerobic cellular respiration is oxygen, and the main role of pigment molecule within an antenna or light harvesting complex is absorbing photons and transferring light to the inner cell. Play again. Okay, it's different. Okay, good. Photosynthesis takes place in the plants, leaves, and green stems. Thylakoid membrane and stroma is the light harvesting complex of chloroplast are located in there. In addition to carbon, an organic molecule must contain hydrogen. Oh yeah, I know. Cellular respiration is this. Cell eat processes uses oxygen to break down food. Substance of pH of 13 would be considered basic. Without receptor proteins, a cell would not be able to bind the signal proteins from other parts of the body. Oh yeah, I know. I made sure that none of my name would be on this thing. You see, I've got a you can't see, but I have a tab with different emails, like different Google profiles with different emails, just in case. Let's see. The primary photosynthetic pigment is chlorophyll. Cell size is limited because surface area to volume ratio is critical to cell function. A buffer can resist change by binding with hydrogen and hydroxyl energy in ATP. Organic molecules, cellular respiration uses to energy. Okay, I'm not like reading these out, but so they would dissolve more easily. Mortars and pedestal evolution is the flies. Okay. Play again. Science is about coming up with a hypothesis and testing it. What organelle is used during the process of cellular respiration? Mitochondria. Thylakoid membrane and stroma is the enzymes of the Calvin cycle reactions are located in the stroma. Energy cannot be changed one form or another without a total loss of energy is the second law of thermodynamics. Which process is used to make bread rise? Alcohol fermentation. Whatever this is associated with fat with no double bonds. You know what? I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna get first. Break glucose into 2 molecules. Calvin cycle. Shit. I lied. Mitochondria. I can't read. 2 ATP are invested in glucose to break two glucose into molecules, not part of the cellular respiration pathway, Calvin cycle, except acceptor for hydrogen ions and aerobic respiration is this. Approach is best would be utilized direct view in the animal cell microscope. Okay. Just one more try to see if you can beat your play again. Okay, increase the amount of reaction is increase in enzyme or substrate. Cellular reaction uses oxygen to convert chemical energy stored into organic molecules into energy and ATP. Has a lower concentration of water. Not part of the cellular respiration pathway. Calvin cycle. 1 hour of unknown concentration. Determine the solution is hypertonic testable is a hypothesis. Okay. Oh, according to lab, your variable can manipulate. The one that varies is the independent. Heart cells had not received adequate oxygen supply. Susan. Rip Susan. Pruvate must be converted into before it can enter the citric acid cycle. This. And then process of photosynthesis requires CO2 and H2O. DNA and RNA differ in uracil, hydraulic acid produced in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid, whatever it is. What? I've the same. Oh, okay. Diploid membrane. Ionic. Sugars in living things. There is a net gain of. Oh shit. This. Principal role of sugars in living things to create cellular energy. In addition to carbon, an organic molecule must contain hydrogen. Oh, 2. There it is. I didn't even see that number 2. Let's play again. Active transport is... No. This. Dependent. This. High heat capacity. This. Diploid membrane. Shit. Diffusion. Diploid membrane. Yay! Second place. I didn't even, like, read half of those. I was just dragging it. Oh, shit. Concentration gradient. This. Chloroplast is... This. Diffusion of nutrients across the cell membrane, called a form of passive transport. Something appears blue. Absorb all colors except blue. Ionic bond forms when this and then this. Nice. Microscope. Energy of activation after soaking for 1 hour in a solution of unknown. No, that's hypertonic CO2 required to react with each other. Energy of activation. Photosynthesis requires these. Active transport. This. No. It's this one. Generate ATP. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the set and try the test. Test. Let's try this. True, false, multiple choice, matching. True, false. Let's go with 30. Start test. pH is a solution. Oh, okay, term definition, got it. The pH of a solution is a measure of concentration of hydrogen ions it contains. True. Which of the following components is found in plant cells but not in animal cells? False. What function does a nucleolus have? Codes the synthesis for ribosomal RNA. Wait. What function does a nucleolus have? I think that's false, but I'm gonna say false on that. Product of glycosis is oxygen. True. In the analysis phase, you will need to... Oh. According to your lab, the variable that you manipulate during the experiment, the one that varies, is the independent... Oh... Yeah, I think that's right. Which of the following reactions is not part of the cell... False. In simple diffusion, molecules have to move from an area of high to low. Cellular respiration and most ATP are produced directly as a result of... True, I think. If blood cells are placed in a hypertonic, they will shrink. The product of the preparatory reaction is CO2. False. All the following are required for the Calvin cycle except ATP. True. Identify which of the following statements do not be true. It reflects light. I'm just going to say false. How is the metric system different than the standard US system? Organs. Okay. Cellular respiration is the opposite of photosynthesis. Yes. Which of the following classification categories for humans is not correct? Sapiens family. Yeah, I know, organs. I was so confused. Which of the following organisms can perform photosynthesis? Algae. Which of the following is not a net product or reactant of photosynthesis? Prove it. A blank should be based on background knowledge and observations. A hypothesis. The process of photosynthesis requires the raw materials CO2 and H2O. Susan suffered from a heart attack. Not adequate oxygen supply. An ionic bond forms when a negatively charged ion is... No. This one. It is that one. A blank can be defined as a substance that prevents pH of a solution from changing, releasing, or absorbing. A buffer. Energy of activation. Reduce... No. Resist... No. Required for molecules to react with each other. Yes. The products of fermentation depend on the type of organism carrying out the process. Yeast are produced wine. In an experiment, the variable that you will measure is the dependent. In addition to carbon, an organic molecule must contain hydrogen. Which of the following is not a product of cellular respiration, which is photosynthesis? The difference in an area with high concentration and an area with low concentration is called the difference is not the I think it's the concentration gradient. 30-30 easy, I hope. Which process allows water to move across the membrane? Oh shit. Osmosis. Submit. 29 out of 30. I think that's what I got. 29 out of 30. Oh shit! 25? Which incorrect did I get? Which one's incorrect? True, false. Oh, I knew this was gonna be wrong. This needs to be false. Okay. And then I got 3 more. Where is it? You're still learning. So ATP is required. Okay. I don't like these true and false ones. Pruvate. I chose pruvate. It's supposed to be ATP, okay? I can't make careless mistakes like this. Oxygen. Oh shit! I didn't think photosynthesis was a product of cellular respiration. I thought it was a prerequisite. Okay, it's fine. New test. We'll do... No. Dang it, I can't take another one. I should have done, like... Fuck, I should have done a whole... Like, a whole 100. Dang it. This is blue. I just did this. I don't need flashcards. Okay. We finished this one. I've memorized, like, half of them. Try incognito. Oh shit, hold on. Cellular respiration. This one, no. This one, no. Shit, what? Microscope. These are all wrong. What? Water cohesion. This one. Oxygen to break down food, producing ATP. This one. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. I can do those, but I don't really want to. Okay. I'll go home. Biology Word 1 midterm exam review. I don't go to this academy, but no, I don't think that would work. Let's do Biology 1. Oh my god. Okay, fine, I'll retype it. Fine. Biology 1 lab midterm exam review. Okay. Biology lab midterm. Biology midterm exam review for biology. Lab midterm. Oof. Okay. We'll do this one. This is so many! I don't even know what this means. This what it wait. Wait, is it giving me the answers first? It is! Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh, they said I was allowed a scientific calculator, but I don't have one. So I'm probably gonna be winging it on these. Yeah, a lot of these are numbers. Shit. I'm gonna hate this so much. Okay, an average human has 125 trillion cells. Convert this number to scientific notation. 1.25 times 10 to 14. 14 is trillion. Okay. A blue whale has a lot of millimeters of blood. Convert this to standard notation. That's 7 zeros. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be 18 million. Yeah, I was right about that one. Then convert Avogadro's number to scientific notation. That's literally just moving the decimal places 23 times. I think. 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I can do that easy. If it's convert to scientific notation. If I have to convert to scientific notation, easy. Just move the decimal. Explain why the use of scientific notation is important. Scientific notation is useful when making very large or very small numbers. Easier to read. What does a negative exponent signify in scientific notation? In scientific notation, a negative exponent signifies that the number is small in value. Also, it signifies that the number was originally a decimal that needed to be simplified. Okay. 3.5 meters to centimeters is 349 centimeters, 350 centimeters. Okay, hold on. So this is that metric system, right? So if you're going down, you multiply. If you're going up, you divide, right? Oh, hey, Tin Man. So if I'm going from meters to centimeters, I'd multiply 3.5 times 10. That sounds right. And so kilograms are above grams. So if I'm going down to grams, I'd multiply... No, kilograms are like 2 above him, right? No time 100. Oh, 100. That would be 100, wouldn't it? And then this one would be... Kilograms to grams would be 1,000. I hate the scale. I don't like this method. Okay. 59 grams, 2 kilograms. That's going up. So you divide it by 1, 2, 3. 100. No, 1,000. That'd be 1,000 divided by 1,000. Okay. I'm just gonna guesstimate on those. If I fail, I fail. I shouldn't fail though, because I don't have to pay it back. Dang it. Adult humans average 500 milliliters of blood. This equates to 5 liters. Okay, so it is 1,000. Milliliters to liters is 1,000. The average human heart has a mass of about 300 grams. What is its mass in milligrams? 300 to 1,000. Yeah. Okay, it is 1,000. Most individuals with diabetes insipidus can produce as much as 15 liters of urine a day. This value equates to 15,000. Okay, liters to millimeters is 1,000. 1 times 10 up -5. 10 micrometers in length. Ciliate. What is the length in meters? I don't know that. That's confusing. A blue whale has a mass of 130,000 kilograms. What is its mass in milligrams? Times 1,000 is gonna add this 1,000 times, which is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No. That's to grams, so it'd be 10,000. Multiply this by 10,000, which adds on 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes it 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. 100,000. It'd be 100,000. Kilograms to milligrams. Grams to milligrams. Kilograms to grams. So that'd be times 1,000 times maybe another 1,000. Or times 10,000. Something. I'll figure it out. 70 miles is 112 kilometers. 35.6 gallons is 134 liters. 37 Celsius is 124. 100 Celsius is 212 Fahrenheit. Boiling temperature of water. 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit. I know that. 150 pounds is... Celsius is 9 divided by 5 plus 32 equals Fahrenheit. Oh, Celsius times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. That is why? That's so weird. I know 100 Celsius is 212 and 0 Celsius is 32. And I can kind of guesstimate on if they ask me any other measures with that. 150 pounds is 68 kilograms. So I'm just gonna roughly divide that by 3 for kilograms. And then 0.65 milliliters to teaspoons is 0.13. That's just screwing me up. During the Carboniferous, some dragonflies had a wingspan of 70 centimeters. Convert this value to inches. Oh, hello, Bandit. Are you saying hey again? I don't know. I usually assume a teaspoon is like a spoonful. Oh, hello. He jumped on my face. He jumped on the back of my recliner again. I'm trying to open my drink, but it's not opening. Ooh, that was hard. That's what she said. Oh, hello. I wish you guys could see this. He's climbing on my shoulder from behind my seat right now. Okay, if an average woman's brain has a mass of 1,450 grams, what is the equivalent in pounds? Why is it just women? All brains are the same size. 3.2 pounds. That's, I'm gonna screw that up. U.S. Air Force trying to recruit you. Using... I can't see that emote. What is that? Oh, feet. Using feet units of measurement, something like that. If an average cow produces 60 liters of saliva daily, how many gallons does this equal? Well, this I know. It's, I just draw that big G, and then the quarts, and then 4 liters, and then 8 cups. And so if it's 4 liters, 4 times 16, so 60 divided by... No, that's wrong. Shit. Oh, it's 2 liters. Oh, it's an eagle. The American units of measurement. I got you. Eagle units of measurement. Right, right. Sorry. I couldn't see. It looked like a shoe on a road or something. From the small screen I've got looking at the chat. Some redwood trees have a diameter of 11 meters. What is this diameter in feet? Times 3. 30 something. Freedom units. Oh! That makes sense. I prefer freedom units as well. Hey, hold on. If why is negative 40 units equal to also negative 40 Celsius? Why is negative 40 Fahrenheit equal to negative 40 Celsius? Because that completely goes against all the different stuff we have to do for it. Does it not? At some point in the minuses, the C equals F. Oh, okay. That's weird. What is the advantage of using the metric system? The metric system uses metric units such as meter, kilometer, ampere, and more. Also, the metric system uses units of 10 when simplifying very large and or very small numbers. Another advantage would be that every country in the world uses the system with the same symbols. Except the freedom units, the freedom system. What are the 3 main units of measurement for the metric system? Meters, grams, and liters. How many centimeters are found on a meter stick? 100. How many centimeters are found on a metric ruler? 31. Approximately, how many centimeters are in 1 yard? 90. Approximately, how many centimeters are there in 1 foot? 30. So, hold on. Why is it asking me about centimeters and feet now? If meters the base measurement. Approximately how many centimeters are there in 1 inch? About 2.5. The curved upper surface of a liquid end of the tube is the meniscus. I knew that one. Describe the difference between estimating the volume of a liquid in a graduated cylinder made of glass compared to one of plastic. Glass graduated cylinders are hydrophilic. Plastic graduated cylinders are hydrophobic. Glass graduated cylinders do not deliver all of the liquid fluid in them when poured out, because some of the liquid will adhere to the glass. Plastic graduated cylinders deliver all the liquid fluid in them when poured out. Glass graduated cylinders have a curved meniscus, while a flat graduated cylinder has a flat meniscus. Okay. Why is tarring a balance important? Tarring a balance is important because when you're weighing an object, you are looking for an accurate number. If a balance is not set to 0, the entire calculation may be wrong. Oh, I knew that. Tarring a scale or balance. Liquid nitrogen is nitrogen cold enough to exist in the liquid form. It has a boiling point of negative 320.4 Fahrenheit. Convert this value to Celsius. 195. Okay. Why is a standard unit of measurement necessary in science and industry? A standard unit of measurement is necessary because scientists all around the globe need to be able to understand data or information. I'm like halfway through this 240 slide. This is, rough. Indicates the standard units of measuring length, mass, volume, and temperature in the metric scale. Millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer, milligram, gram, kilogram, oh shit, millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer, milligram, gram, kilogram, milliliter, centimeter, liter, meter? Temperature Celsius. What is the SI system? A completed metric system of units of measurement for science. Compound microscope uses 2 sets of lenses to magnify objects. They are capable of a magnification range of 10 to 200,000 and a resolution of 300 nanometers. Oh, well, have a good sleep. You should have slept like an hour ago, just saying. Thank you for the luck. See you around. You should join my Discord server, because I'll be playing, Valorant on Thursday. And you can watch how bad I am. It should be on my, Twitch page. Have a good sleep. Thanks for staying here so long with me. I really appreciate it. So a compound microscope is able to use 2 sets of lenses to magnify objects that are capable of a magnification range. Got it, have fun. I will. You have fun. Sleep well. I hope you sleep good. Don't wake up early, because it's 4 AM for you. Transmission electron microscope TEM uses extremely thin sections of specimens to do with heavy metal salts and is capable of magnifications of 200 to a million. The TEM has a resolution of 0.1 nm because of the shorter wavelength of the electron beam. The instrument is used to study the ultrastructure of cells and certain biochemicals. Scanning electron microscope provides a 3-dimensional use of objects and has a greater depth of focus. It is capable of magnifications from 10 to 500,000x and a resolution of 5 to 10 nm. The SEM is useful in studying the surface temperatures of specimens. Surface features of specimens, not temperatures. Ocular eyepiece, the uppermost lens or series of lenses through which a specimen is beautiful. Most oculars have a magnification of 10 times. So the ocular eyepiece. Connects the ocular to the body tube is the draw tube. Holds the nose piece at the end and includes the draw tube. It's the body. Serves as a handle. The arm revolves and holds the objectives. When changing objectives, always turn the nose piece instead of using the objectives themselves. The objectives click into place when properly aligned. The nose piece. For the objectives, the lower lens is attached to the nose piece. The magnification of each object is stamped on the housing of the objective. The magnification may vary with different brands. Never touch the objective lens. The neat thing about the metric system is that they all work off each other. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Scanning objective is used for viewing larger specimens or searching for a specimen. The shortest objective usually magnifies an object 4 times or 5 times. Okay. Low power objective used for coarse and preliminary focusing magnifies the object approximately 10 times. High power objective used for final and fine focusing magnifies an object approximately 43 times or 50 or 45 times. Oil immersion objective uses the optical properties of immersion oil to help magnify a specimen. 1 meter cubed would hold 1,000 liters of water and weigh 1,000 kilograms. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I really hope I won't need that out of this class because I don't think I'd be able to remember that. Oil immersion objectives are capable of magnification of 100 times. Care should be taken with oil immersion objectives in that oil should not be allowed to build up on the objective or contaminate other objectives. After use, the oil immersion objectives and slides should be thoroughly wiped off and cleaned. The stage is the platform on which sides are placed. Stage clips secure the slide. The light source illuminator serves as the source of illumination for the microscope. The iris diaphragm regulates light entering the microscope, usually is controlled by a mechanical lever or rotating disc. Condenser is a lens found beneath the stage, used to focus the light on the specimen. Coarse adjustment knob, used to adjust the microscope on scanning and low power only. A fine adjustment knob, used to adjust the specimen into final focus. The base is the supportive portion of the microscope, which rests on the laboratory table. The parfocal, after the image is focused with one objective, it should focus with others. What is the class I'm studying for? I'm studying for my midterm biology 1 lecture and lab. I thought my biology lecture midterm was tomorrow and my lab was the next day. But apparently they're both tomorrow because the next day is full. So I'm having to study both as much as possible. I'm a crammer and I work tomorrow right before it. I'm going to take the exams on my lunch break. So that's gonna be fun. I'm going for computer science, and I really don't think I need biology for it, but they think I do. So, here we are. And I don't do well studying on my own because I get bored, so I figured if I have people watching me study, then I'll be more likely to actually study a little bit and maybe remember it. For the most part, at least. After the image is focused with one objective, it should be in focus with others. That's the parfocal. What is the proper way to move the revolving nose piece? Revolve the nose piece until you hear and feel it be clicked into the desired position. When should you use the coarse adjustment? When you are trying to bring the specimen into focus. General studies, you assume? Probably. I don't know why I need it, though. So I don't use biology at my job. The product of the power of the ocular and the power of the objective magnification. Magnification is the product of the power of the ocular and the power of the objective. Okay. I also have to read out loud when I study, otherwise it doesn't register. Like, I just start thinking of random things. So this is helping, I think. Depends upon the design and quality of the objective lens. It is the ability to deliver a clear image in detail is the resolving power. Gathers light from the microscope light source and concentrates it into a cone of light that illuminates the specimen with uniform intensity over the entire view field. Substance condenser. You never went to college, so I couldn't tell you. I didn't want to go to college, so I went to a trade school, but my job is currently paying for me to get the little piece of paper for my degree, and I figure might as well. So just in case I go to a different job, they don't just say, oh, you didn't go to college. You didn't get those general studies degrees. So now I'm doing that. The distance between the objective lens and the specimen is the working distance. The circular fields you see when you look through the ocular is the field of view. You joined the Marines after high school, but that was back in the day. Oh! How long were you in the Marines for? How do you determine the diameter of the field of view? HPD equals LPD times LPM over HPM. I don't know what that means. How do you find the area with a given diameter? Pi radius squared. A specific distance from the lens where the specimen can be sharply focused is the planes of focus. The thickness of the specimen in focus at any one time is the depth of field. When the understanding of planes and focus and depth of field be valuable in the laboratory, when studying, observing, or trying to focus on a specimen. Discuss planes of focus and depth of field based upon your observations with both the low power and high power objectives. The depth of field is affected by magnification. Planes of focus is affected by light. If a scanning object is used, what is the total magnification of a microscope? 40. Which objective lens will give you the greatest resolving power? Oil immersion. To move a specimen to the upper left-hand field of view, which way would one move the slide? To the right and forward. What happens with the amounts of lights when the magnification is increased? It decreases. Oh, thanks for following, man. I'll probably be studying more around finals, which I'm taking the short summer term, so in like literally 3 weeks I'll have finals. Because I'm only taking this class for like 8 weeks, which is 5 less than a semester. Oh, that's a long time. Did you enjoy your time in the Marines? What happens when the amount of light, when the magnification is increased, decreases? When increased magnification, what happens to the field of view? It also decreases. To increase your depth of field, what must you do to the magnification? Decrease it. What is the advantage of an oil immersion objective? They are typically higher correction and can have working numerical apertures up to 1.40. Why do you place the cover slip at a 45-degree angle? It is done this way so the air bubbles can be avoided and the specimen can be viewed clearly. Oh, there's so much more. I thought I was almost done. It's my fault for getting the 214 slide one. It was interesting. Did you learn how to swim? Did you figure out how to swim? I'm adjusting my blanket. Oh my god, my voice! I've been talking so much this weekend. And today, because I'm talking fast. What is the purpose of a wet mount? A wet mount is used to protect a microscope lens from the specimen. Also, it provides an even surface for viewing. What are some useful applications for a dissecting microscope? I don't think I need that. Phase contrast, I don't think I need that. Parfocal objectives. Oh yeah, you learned how to swim. They stay in the focus when magnification is changed. What is the advantage of parfocal objectives? They stay in focus when magnification is changed. Okay. Discuss the relationships between planes of focus, depth of field, and illumination and magnification. As magnification increases, the depth of field decreases. As magnification increases, planes of focus decreases. As magnification increases, illumination increases. Okay. A substance that cannot be broken down into other substances by ordinary chemical means is an element. The smallest part of an element that retains the properties of that element is an atom. The number of protons in the nucleus is the atomic number. Swimming in all kinds of situations. Did you ever find any, like, sharks or anything? Or was it strictly fighting other boats and stuff? I was messing with a stapler today at work because I have to staple the lining on my car to give me a few years before I have to get the whole thing replaced. And when I was closing the stapler, I didn't think that squeezing it a little bit to connect it to the metal part would mess with me as much as it did. But it does that when you put your thumb on the place where the staple gets ejected. So I stapled my thumb today, and it bent inside my finger, so while the edge was in my finger, I had to unfold it under my skin and pull it out, and it wasn't bleeding at all. And then when I actually got it out, then it was like a tsunami of blood. It dripped like 17 times and filled up 2 tissues before it finally stopped bleeding. And it hurt so bad. Now I can't like put any pressure on it because I think it got my nail under this band-aid. When you were stationed in Okinawa, I knew a guy found a sunk World War II cargo ship. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. I didn't mean to staple myself. It just happened. I didn't cry or anything because I'm a manly woman, you know. I was completely logical about the whole thing. It just, now my thumb hurts. And this is right after my left hand got infested with cat bites, so I couldn't even move it. So it sucks. I just wanted to share that little piece of information. The number of protons in the nucleus is the atomic number. The number of protons plus the number of neutrons in the nucleus is the atomic mass. Atoms that have the same number of protons and a varied number of neutrons is the isotopes. These are what I need. I need these right here. Completely logically, yeah. I ripped it out after very carefully unfolding it so I could just pull it out. I still have the staple too. I still have it too, and like one side is dyed red because I think it got some of my stuff on it. I just hope I don't get like tetanus from it. Thankfully, I got a tetanus shot a couple weeks ago. Isotopes are atoms that have the same number of protons and a varied number of neutrons. So that'd be if a carbon had like 6 neutrons, a different carbon had like 7 or 8, and then it'd be isotope. Okay? The chemical union of 2 or more atoms is a molecule. Molecules composed of different elements are compounds. The attraction of oppositely charged ions is an ionic bond. Strong bonds formed from sharing electrons are covalent bonds. Non-polar covalent bonds are bonds that involve an equal sharing of electrons. Polar covalent bonds are bonds that involve an unequal sharing of electrons. So non-polar is equal and polar is unequal. A little composed of a uniform mixture of 2 or more substances is a solution. The dissolving medium in a solution is a solvent. The dissolved, oh my god. I was trying to say dissolution and then dissolved, but it's dissolved substance in a solution. A substance that donates a hydrogen ion in a solution affects the color of certain indicators, turns blue litmus indicators red, are colorless in phenolphthalein, and turn methyl orange indicator red. Acid. So an acid is a substance that donates a hydrogen ions in a solution, and it affects the colors of certain indicators. Base decreases the hydrogen ion concentration of their aqueous solution or release hydroxide ions in solution, turns them different colors. The pH scale is the most commonly used method to measure the acidic or basic nature of substance. Is the pH scale. When carbon dioxide was bubbled through the pink basic solution, why did the solution become clear? Because of the formation of the soluble pink solution. It's how they make test strips for stuff. Oh, test strips. Oh, so they check the acid and the bases? Like a... Oh my god. Okay, so they put a little bit of acid on one or a little bit of base on one, and if it turns it to a different color, it might have one of those potentially dangerous chemicals in it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Was the pH paper or the meter more accurate than meter? I don't know that. Why do some plant materials change color in the presence of acidic or basic substances? This is a way to show that they are reacting to the substance. What causes heartburn? An irritation of the lower esophagus by stomach acid. Oh! Good to know. What are the basic functions of antacids? Medicines that work by increasing the stomach's pH balance and quickly relieve the symptoms associated with heartburn and indigestion. If tomato juice has a pH of 3, how many more hydrogen ions are present in lemon juice with a pH of 2? 100. Oh, my cats are under my desk. And one of them is about to... Oh, she's bathing him. I thought she was about to attack him. Depending on what I'm looking for. That makes sense. If hydraulic acid, which constitutes gastric juice, has a pH of 1, how many more hydrogen ions are present than in grapes with a pH of 4? 10 to the third. That's 1,000. Name 3 natural indicators. Purple cabbage, hydrangea, elderberry. I don't know that. What is the significance of natural indicators? Indicates the degree of acidity or basicity of a given solution, usually through color change. Oh, okay, so that's why some flowers are able to change colors when you put, like, base colors from, like, food coloring in their water. Okay. What happens when you mix oil and vinegar? Produces a temporary mixture that will eventually separate into 2 layers because they are immiscible. Organic compounds that contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in a 1-to-1 ratio. The number of carbons varies from 3 to more than 1,000. Carbohydrates, that's crazy. Lipids are fats. They are a diverse organic compound that includes fats, waxes, phospholipids, and steroids. They are insoluble in water and soluble in non-polar, which is equal, compounds such as ether. Consists mainly of carbon, hydrogen, and a few oxygen atoms. May or may not contain phosphorus or sulfur. I'm allergic to sulfur. The most numerous and complex molecules in living organisms provide support, movement, storage, defense, and regulation. Hormones and ensures are composed of this. Proteins. So hormones are composed of proteins, and ensures are composed of proteins. They provide support, allow movement, and storage and defense and regulation. It's the most complex molecule in living organisms. So for monosaccharides, the simplest form of carbohydrates are simple sugars, 3-7 carbon atoms, and appropriate hydrogen and oxygen atoms. So monosaccharides are the simplest form of a carbohydrate that are simple sugars. 3 to 7 carbon atoms and appropriate hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Okay. Dehydration synthesis. It's 2 monosaccharides, which are the simplest form of a carbohydrate that are simple sugars, combine in this process, also called condensation, forms a disaccharide, removal of the OH negative from one sugar and the hydrogen from another sugar. Disaccharide is a double sugar. That's good to know. Maltose is a common disaccharide composed of 2 glucose molecules used in making beer, malts, and malted milk balls, produced when amylase breaks down starch in your saliva. And sucrose is table sugar, a common disaccharide composed of glucose and fructose found in plants. Makes molasses and brown sugar. In the digestive system, it is broken down into glucose and fructose by sucrose. That's a lot of usos. Uctoses. Oh my god, another utos. Lactose. Milk sugar, formed with a dehydration synthesis reaction between glucose and galactose. Hydrolysis. Disaccharides are broken down into their simpler sugars through this process. Okay, so hydrolysis makes disaccharides break down into their monosaccharides. Complex carbohydrates built from simple carbohydrates and linked through dehydration synthesis are polysaccharides. Stop, cat. They were messing with the back of my recliner. Starch is a storage polysaccharide that consists of glucose molecules in plants. Glycogen is animal starch, a highly branded glucose-rich polysaccharide stored in the liver and skeletal muscle of animals. I need this. I remember reading this in one of my things. I need this. Benedict's...
A highly branched glucose-rich polysaccharide stored in the liver and skeletal muscle of animals.
I can make it speak! I didn't know that. That scared me. Benedict's reagent is used to identify sugars. Reducing sugars. Reducing sugars can be monosaccharides or sometimes disaccharides that possess a free aldehyde or ketone functional group, a carbohydrate that is capable of being oxidized and causes the reduction of other substances without having to be hydrolyzed first. Interesting. What color is Benedict's reagent? Blue. In the presence of a very small amount of reducing sugar, what color will be produced? Green. In the presence of a low amount of reducing sugar, what color will be produced? Yellow. In the presence of a moderate amount would be yellowish orange. A high amount would be orange. Extreme amount of sugar would be brick red. And then what is a negative... What was the negative reactant in Benedict's test? Distilled water, because there was no sugar in distilled water, because it's just water. What is the positive reactant in Benedict's test? Corn syrup, because obviously it's corn syrup. What test is used to identify starch? Iodine test is used to identify starch. In the presence of starch, the color bluish and black is produced. What color is the iodine test reagent? Yellowish brown. What was the negative reagent in the iodine test? Distilled water. What was the positive reagent in the iodine test? Cornstarch. All of the carbon atoms are linked by single bonds. Saturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids are carbon atoms linked by bonds. Unsaturated fatty acids are multiple bonds. One or more double bonds between carbon atoms. I was right. I didn't even look at that. I didn't know it was next. Monounsaturated is if an unsaturated fatty acid has one double bond. So that's like the one weird one. Polyunsaturated if an unsaturated fatty acid has more than one double bond. So saturated fats consist of saturated fatty acids with the maximum number of hydrogen atoms, including animal fats, vegetable shortenings, and it's solid at room temperature. Unsaturated fats is liquid at room temperature, consists of unsaturated fatty acid that contain at least one double bond in the fatty acid chain. So a grease spot test is used to identify lipids because of the brown paper that is used. When you put something on the brown paper, it dries, and if it leaves a stain, then it contains a lot of lipids. Amino acids are compounds that have an amino group and a carboxyl group that make up proteins. A peptide bond is a covalent bond that forms between the amino group of one amino acid and the carboxyl group of another amino acid. I have 4 cats. I have a 11-year-old cat, 2 2-year-old cats, and 1 1-year-old cat. And then I had a 15-year-old last November. He passed away. I have him tattooed on my upper arm, actually. Their names are Kit Kat as the 11-year-old, Apollo and Salem as the 2-year-old, and Bandit as the 1-year-old, and then Oreo was the 15-year-old. I mean, I have a little bit. I don't think it's enough. Not nearly. But I do have a good amount of cats. I want more, to be honest. But I know I can't do that in a one-bedroom apartment. A covalent bond that forms between amino groups of one amino acid and the carboxyl group of another amino acid is the peptide bond. So peptide is the carboxyl group and amino acid. So polypeptides is a structural unit composed of more than 100 amino acids linked by peptide bonds. So polypeptides is after peptides, and peptides is after amino acids. Burette test is used to identify the presence of protein. Burette's reagent is blue-green. The color is produced violet when it's present, and distilled water is a negative test, obviously. And then a positive test is albumin. And phospholipids. You've got 2 black and white American short hair. They're sisters around 7. Oh, I've got a mutt, a turtle, and a black cat with a little white part on her chest. And then what looks to be a calico, but is a boy. Rio and Fu are such cute names. Phospholipids are any group of fatty compounds composed of phosphoric esters and occurring in living cells. They are found in cell membranes as they form lipid bilayers. Oh, okay. So phospholipids, phospholipids, bilayer diagram. Okay, images, here we go. So this is the phospholipid bilayer diagram because it's got 2 layers. It's got the protein, the cell membrane. Okay. Which animes are they from? Do you watch modern animes too? Essential amino acids is an amino acid in which organisms cannot synthesize or can synthesize but in insufficient amounts. Thus needs to be supplied in the diet. What are 8 essential amino acids? Some sort of acids. The cuticles found on the surface of leaves and fruits help conserve water and repel insects. The cutin, better known as earwax, traps foreign substances that potentially may enter the middle ear. Is the suramin, an organic molecule which consists only of carbon and hydrogen atoms, is the hydrocarbon. Maintaining a state of biological balance is homeostasis, states that all living things are composed of cells and that the cell is the basic unit of structure and function of all living things is the cell theory. Tenchi Muyo. Let's see. Tenchi Muyo. What does that look like? Images. Oh, so like a really, really old anime. This kind of reminds me of Pokemon. It looks pretty cool. What's it about? There's a cat, rabbit, pirate ship. Hold on, I gotta see that. Hold on. Pirate ship. Hold on. Cat, rabbit, pirate ship. That's real. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Which one's real? Is it the pirate ship? Is it this guy? Oh! cutest, most powerful space pirate battleship in the universe. Oh, it's so cute. I love its ears. Bacillus is a bacteria cell, rod-shaped. This is a spherical bacteria cell. I don't need to know that. Cell wall. Protection in shape. Plasma membrane, phospholipid bilayer that provides support and regulates the movement of substances into and out of the cell. Cytoplasm is a semi-fluid medium located between the plasma membrane and nucleus. Inclusions and organelles are found here. Google Ryo-Oki. Images. Oh! Look at the eyes on this one. And then it's actually got a tail too? That's so cute. Does your cat look like that at all? Or is it just the name? Cytoplasm, a semi-fluid medium located between the plasma membrane and nucleus. Inclusions and organelles are found here. Oh, was the white one on that picture named Fuku? Is that who Fu's name based off of? The name? The nucleoid is the region that houses the bacterial DNA in a singular chromosome. Some bacteria possess smaller circular fragments of DNA called plasmids. The ribosome is the site of protein synthesis. The fimbriae is the short hair-like structures that aid in attachment. The pili is the rigid hair-like structures important for attachment and the exchange of genetic information. The flagellum is an elongated stratum, true used for locomotion. The number and their locations are important in determining the species of bacteria. Capsule. She turns into a spaceship because anime. That makes sense. That makes sense. I love that for her. She's a very beautiful rabbit bunny hybrid thing. Cat pirate. Hold on, I want to see her ship. Oki ship form. Images. Oh, okay. Hey, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Capsule is a protective slime-like area lying outside the cell wall that helps the bacterium adhere to certain surfaces, keeps it from drying out, and protects the bacterium from phagocytosis by other organisms and cells. So that's the outside of it. Colonial organism is made up of multiple groups, unicellular or multicellular, such as an anthill composed of ants. Oh, okay. Cell wall in plant cells, a cellulose envelope that provides protection and shape. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. The nuclear envelope is the membrane surrounding the nucleus, possesses numerous nuclear pores. Nucleoplasm is cytoplasm within the nucleus. Nucleolus is a chromatin-rich region that serves to combine proteins and RNA to make ribosomal subunits. Many cells possess numerous nucleoli. Chromatin, diffuse thread-like strands composed of DNA and proteins. Mitochondrion, site of aerobic cellular respiration. The ER, the endoplasmic reticulum, is a network of membranes through the cytoplasm, synthesis of protein and non-protein products. The anime is about a guy on Earth that slowly finds out his family is alien royalty. Ooh! Oh, hi, Salem. That sounds like a really interesting anime to watch. I might watch it if I have time after all these exams and stuff. It sounds really interesting. The rough ER is lined with ribosomes involved with the synthesis and assembly of a variety of proteins and production of membranes. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is not associated with ribosomes, the main site of steroid, fatty acid, and phospholipid synthesis, the site of detoxification. The Golgi apparatus is stacks of flattened membranous sacs or cisternae, receives packages, stores, and ships protein products, produces lysosome and other vesicles. Peroxisome is a vesicle containing enzymes that help in breaking down fatty acids and neutralizing hydrogen peroxide. Lysosome is in animal cells vesicles containing hydraulic digestive enzymes used in destroying cellular debris and worn out organelles. Also important in programmed cell deaths. I'm gonna try to beat this speech thing because they were talking fast. So we're gonna read it at the same time.
Lysosome. In animal
cells, vesicles containing hydraulic digestive enzymes used in destroying cellular debris and worn out organelles, also important in programmed cell death. Dang it! Dang it, I stuttered and she beat me. Centrioles, found in animal cells with the exception of roundworms. Nematodes appear as a pair of cylindrical structures made of microtubules, form the spindle apparatus in cell division. Cytoskeleton is the structures that help maintain its shape, anchor organelles, and move three kinds of elements that are recognized: microtubes, microfilaments, and intermediate fibers. Chloroplasts in plant cells, site of photosynthesis, contain grana, or stacks, composed of chlorophyll-rich thylakoids. The central vacuole, I know that one. The middle lamelle, I don't know that one. The region between adjacent plant cells that cements the cell walls together. Oh, okay. Metabolism is the sum of chemical processes. Do I like this biology? No, I don't like biology. I'm not good at it. So on my ACT, every other score was high. When I first took it, it was like a month out of school. Like, I didn't go to school for the last month of May because of a family emergency. And I took the ACT and I passed with like a 21 in everything. But then I took it again after learning more stuff, and my science score dropped. Like, it got to 15 and then I raised it to 17, but I am not good at biology. I used to be really good at it because it's just a lot of memorization and stuff. But it's the same thing every year too, so it doesn't really change anything. It's just annoying to relearn over and over again because of all the long names. Catabolic is some processes break down substances. Degradation. Anabolic is other processes build new substances. Synthesis. Enzyme is a biological catalyst that accelerates a chemical reaction without itself being affected by the reaction. Okay, so that's the enzyme is the container that holds the products. Activation energy is the original I out of energy necessary to initiate reaction. Substrate is the reactant that enzymes act upon in an enzymatic reaction. Substrate is the thing that goes in the enzymes, and then the product comes out. Enzyme substrate complex is when an enzyme and substrate join together, they form an enzyme substrate complex. The active site is where the portion of the enzyme bind to the substrate. My cat just crawled into my lap, if you can hear her meowing. Say hey, Salem. Say hey. Say hey. Salem. Say hey. It's weird, she only meows when she wants to, and then when I try to get her to meow for the microphone, she doesn't. She just looks at me funny. An induced fit model is the model. This model explains how an active site on an enzyme changes its shape slightly to accommodate the substrate. Cofactors aid the action of an enzyme. Coenzymes, non-protein organic molecules that improve enzymatic action. Denatured is when an enzyme shape is altered and loses its function. Yeah, that meow really showed me. Inhibitors is binding an enzyme and decreasing its activity. Activators increases enzyme activity. Bromelain, an enzyme that occurs in pineapples, is a proteolytic enzyme protease that breaks down proteins in their amino acids by hydrolysis. I don't need to know this. Temperature, pH, concentration is several variables that may affect enzyme action. Okay, that's the end of that. Look how many I just went through. Oh my god. No wonder my throat hurts. Let me do a match. Start game. Okay. That's that one. This is this one. This is this one. Temperature is variables, distilled water is negative, and then graduated cylinder. Oh, 17 seconds, that's not bad. Again, we'll do this one, and then 40x is the total magnification. Deuteride is... shit. Double sugar, there we go. Homeostasis is maintaining a state of balance using the adjust the specimen, fine focus, same symbols, gotcha. When I talk on my phone in my house, both my cats are like, yes, you are talking to me, and then they come running. Yes, I completely can see that. That's what my cats do. I'm talking to my friends on my phone, or I'm talking to my mom, and all of a sudden they're up in my face, rubbing up on me with their cold, wet noses because they think I'm calling them. What are the advantages of parfocal objectives? Stay in focus. Reducing sugars is... what test to identify reducing sugars is Benedict's. Cytoplasm is the plasma membrane. What is the diameter in feet? 5 liters, right, that was 1,000, and then 36 feet. Okay. We're gonna try this again. Just for a little bit so I feel confident, you know? 36 liters would be... shit, I don't know these. That. This. No. This. Subtract this. Okay. Isotopes. Protons and neutrons. Yellowish orange. What color would produce? Condenser is a lens system. See, I'm really good at matching stuff and not retaining stuff. Apparently. What is the negative reaction in Benedict's test? Distilled water. Depth of field is affected by magnifications. That one. Resolves and holds objectives. When changing objectives, always turn the nose piece. This one? No. This one. Nose piece until proper how many centimeters. This one. This one. See? I'm like awesome, but I don't do it right. But if I'm able to match it by just like keywords, that means I kind of remember it. Union of 2 or more atoms is a molecule. High-powered objective is focusing. Tarring and balance is important. 0, there we go. Hydrolysis. Broken down to the simple sugars in the process. That one. That is right. Increase enzyme activities, activators, and bromines. Standardized tests are lame sauce. I agree. We should just do these matching games. Unsaturated fats are network of no shit. Mitochondrion is the site of aerobic cellular respiration. High power objectives is this one. Can you determine the diameter of a field of view? That weird thing. Isotopes are atoms that have the same. ER is the network of membranes, and unsaturated fat consists of unsaturated fatty acids. Again, how can we determine the diameter of the field of view? This weird thing. Number is 0 equals 32. Cytoskeleton. This one? No, shit. This one. Chloroplasts. This one. No, this one. It's right here. Shit. Carbohydrates. I'm doing this all wrong. Maintaining a state of biological balance is homeostasis. What is the purpose of a wet mount? Wet mount is used to protect. Dehydration, synthesis, combine, removal. Adult milliliters, 5 liters. Some plant materials change colors. They are reacting to the substance. Compound microscope is 2000. More abstract science or thought experiments? I agree. Those would be really nice if I had to do those instead of this. Plant cell of cellulose evolves to protect the shape. No, that is cell wall. Induced fit model is that. Plasma membrane is this. Cornstarch is cornstarch causes heartburn. Positive iodine test. This is this, and this is irritation in the esophagus from stomach acid. I think I'm gonna do this 2 more times, and then I'm gonna try the test. What was a positive reactant in Buret's test? Substance condenser is this one. Biologists prefer a phasing contact microscope. This one then. Transmission is TEM. This is this. Enzyme is biological. See, I didn't read like 16 of those. And there were only 16. I did that once. I'm gonna take the test now. Let's do 40 questions. I don't want to do true or false. I want to do multiple choice. Start test. Like explaining to a furry. That's not how evolution works. It's always hilarious. You're not wrong. Platform on which slides are placed is called the stage. During carboniferous, some dragonflies has a wingspan of 70 meters. I divide by 3. I'm gonna assume that. I know that's wrong. The supportive portion of a microscope which rests on the laboratory table is the base. Describe the difference between estimating the volume of a liquid. Obviously, this big long explanation is it. If the sun is, how long does it take to strike the earth while traveling at 3, 5, I'm gonna say -2. In the presence of an extreme amount of reducing sugar, what color will be produced? Hello, Salem. I know I'm talking loud, I'm so sorry. She came up and talked to me. I'm gonna say brick red. What is the standard unit of measurement necessary in science and industry? Scientific numbers. Bacteria cell is the Bacillus. Was that the sphere one? No, rod shape, that was right. How many biologists prefer a phase contrast microscope? This one. Compound microscope, the one with to 2000. Discuss the relationships between plane of focus, field of view, magnification. Increases. Scanning electron microscope provides 3-dimensional objects. This one. Used for viewing larger specimens. To search for a specimen, the shortest objective usually magnifies an object 4 times to 5 times. That is the low power objective. What is the positive regnant in Buret's test, which was the sugar? Positive was albium. Holds the nose piece at one end and includes the draw tube is the iris diaphragm. Most of this seems really arbitrary to memorize. I agree. After the image is focused with one objective, it should focus with others. That is parfocal. Serves as a handle, the arm. A substance that donates a hydrogen ions in solution affects the color of certain indicators, turns blue, indicators red, colorless, da 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 da. That is the donates hydrogen acid. Lower lens is attached to the nose piece. Magnification of each objective is stamped on the housing of the objective. The magnification may vary with different brands. Never touch the objective lens. Da 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 da. Objectives. The chemical union of 2 or more atoms is... compounds. This model explains how an active site on an enzyme changes its shape, which is induced fit model. The number of protons plus the number of neutrons in the nucleus is the atomic number. I'm assuming that. I think it's wrong. Site of protein synthesis is... I don't know. It's either these, I'm gonna say mitochondria. The number of protons in the nucleus is the atomic mass. I think I switched that. Dang it. 32. Some processes break down substances. Catabolic. Used for final and fine focusing. Magnifies object approximately 43 times or 45 times is the scanning objective. Aid the action of an enzyme is cofactors. If an average woman's brain, it is 15.2. A biological catalyst that accelerates a chemical reaction without itself being affected by the reaction is the enzyme. What test is used to identify starch? It is the it's not Benedict, it's iodine test. What causes a change in color when an enzyme is present? Nihydrin. To increase your field of depth of field, what must you do to the magnification? Decrease it. Indicates the standard units of measurement. Length, mass, volume. This one. Other processes build new substances. Anabolic. Understanding of planes of focus and depth be valued in the laboratory. Reacting. Focus on a specimen. Most numerous and complex molecules in living organisms provide support, movement, storage, defense, and regulation. That would be the proteins. Divide this by this, that'd be 10. Divided by 5 would be 5, but then it's 4 times 10. 1.9 times 4, that would be... 0.6. I don't know that, so that's a guess. To move a specimen to the upper left-hand field of view, to the right and forward, double sugar is disaccharides. Okay, I probably got 50. I think 50%. Hey, 75, that's not bad, that's not bad. Especially just like running through them like that. So I knew this one was wrong, but I don't need to know that one. Oh, I can't believe I got this one right. I guessed on this one. I guessed on this one. I knew that one, knew that one, knew that one, knew that one. Knew this one, knew this one. Alright. Didn't know this one. Scanning is the 4 times 5. That means I got that last one wrong. This one's right. So Buretz is albumin. Holds the nose piece and includes the draw tube. That's body, obviously. That makes sense. A molecule is a chemical union of 2 or more atoms. Okay. Induced fit model. I knew that one. So I messed these up. So they switched. Proteins plus atomic mass. And then proteins are a ribosome. I should have known that one. I switched those. Okay, so the number of protons is the atomic number. 32, knew that. Used for final and fine focusing. Magnifies an object. That's the high power objective. And this is 3.2, not 15. Okay. I don't need to know that, so it's okay. Oh, the starch was the iodine test. Sweet. Nice. Decrease. Knew that. Knew that. Knew that. Knew that. The 10 to 5. So I was close. I was close. I got like all of them except that 11 right. To the right and forward. Disaccharide. Okay, cool. Awesome. Retake midterms. Let's see. Brain mass, 3.2. This would be 27.56. Protons plus the number of neutrons in the nucleus is the atomic mass. Site of protein synthesis is ribosome. Fine focusing, high power objective. Divide this one 2.11 to 10 to 5. Scanning objective is the 4 to 5. Chemical union is an element. The number of protons in the nucleus is the atomic number. Nose piece at the end of the draw tube is the body. Submit. Let's see, did I get 100? Tell me I got 100. What? I still missed one? What was it? It was the, oh, shit. That's what it is. Molecule. Not element, molecule. Okay. I think I did pretty good. I like to think I'm pretty good. I don't know about how, like, easy I'll get it to. But I at least studied, which is more than I've ever done for any other class before. So, I'm proud of myself. Thanks for hanging out with me this whole time. I really appreciate it. Keeps me going, keeps me moving. Depending on what I get tomorrow, I may try and stream tomorrow. Unless I'm just drained and decide to work longer at my job. But I'll definitely have to study for nerd. Okay, hey, I never study, I just studied. That's why the whole title of this thing was to learn how to be a nerd with me, okay? We learn together, alright? Which makes you a nerd too. It happens. But, this was way more than I did last time, so I'm really glad that I decided to do this. I hope it works. I don't want to flunk it. I need to... So the midterms on these classes count for 60%. Everything else counts for like 10%. And of course I'm getting like hundreds on all of it. But like... If I fail this midterm, I'm screwed. I have to pass the class with at least a C in order to not have to pay the money back. And it was like $1,400. I don't want to do that. So, we'll see. I'll figure it out. I hope I'll win. I think I'll study. I'll cram for sure a little bit in the morning. But that's it. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna end it so I can get a good night's sleep, just in case I need it more than the studying. You are a nerd now. Haha. Alright, thanks for hanging out. I don't know what time it is for you, but if it's nighttime, you gotta go to bed, man. You gotta sleep. Get some of that rest. Peace out.